recently, I feel.
He's just it's just specifically to get the lane matchup.
Monkey King, when there's a Doom and Disrupt in the game, can be a little bit frightening.
Okay.
That Doom is...
10 seconds remaining.
The Doom is going to be dooming the Omni Knight.
Sure, I guess you... I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the Monkey King here. I mean, as you say, it's okay against the Lord. VGJ grabbed the Rubik for themselves, so... having Rubik Bounty is sort of the pairing there. Are you a fan of that, or do you think that leaves you a little bit weak? Like, is that...
He doesn't have the best spells to really steal right now. I think maybe they're really just trying to hide their cores. They just wanted to pick a support.
But you don't mind the Rubik Bounty pair? I feel it's a bit weak. That's a bit weak.
It's definitely susceptible to get ran at.
Yeah, if they do go aggressive Iceberg, I feel like that could be punished. A Weaver.
What?
Is the grab for Iceberg, so...
Rubik's going to have spells to steal now.
Now he is. He's going to have Shikuchi.
He's going to get Shikuchi.
So, I mean, the Weaver selection, obviously... I mean, there's a bounty in the game.
They've only got lift as they're disabled right now.
I mean, right? I guess, but...
Are we missing
picking Weaver into bounties? Is that a little bit off? I mean, sure, you've got the time lapse to remove the track, but you're going to get tracked. Or is that not a problem?
That's usually a pretty good thing versus Weaver, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also like if he goes, he's not gonna go Lincoln's, but if he does, it's a Lincoln's breaker as well. And yeah, I'm confused by Iceberg's draft now.
I said
you didn't like it from the start, Owen.
No, the lockdown is, as you say, that's what you're looking at the moment. Why they would pick it, as you said, it's just the Rubik, but there is a bounty, and as you say, the Rubik, sure, it's just one bit of control, but he's going to be grabbing Shikuchi.
They've got 2 more picks here.
I don't know. As I said, as you said, I was saying VGJ Storm for the opening of the draft. I like it, and I'm not regretting that sort of committal at the start at the moment. I think Iceberg's lineup is very different, and I'm excited to see it. But VGJ's, I think they've got a lot of potential here, and they're not messing it up. They get the gyrocopter. This is what we liked from them. This is what we wanted to see them with the track.
I was looking at Storm, and I'm just thinking like DK Gyro again. They could literally pick the same heroes as last time, and I think it would actually just be way better this time around, because now they would get the lockdown for the Weaver and Gyro. They were already protected by the Omni Knight.
Yeah.
So,
final ban from Iceberg.
This is just this hero kind of makes your lane a bit stronger. It's sure we've seen him; he can get ran at a bit, but he's always going to have that kill potential if you get a couple levels on him.
I'll ban the Pugner out, Iceberg. Okay. Oh.
No, I can't get a read on these teams, to be honest.
I can't get a read on Iceberg. I think I sort of understand what VGJ's been trying to do more on these drafts.
Yeah, I think theirs is a lot more straightforward. Iceberg's.
Yeah. So final ban.
So maybe with the Underlord, because they see the bounty, they want to go for some kind of group up thing, but then that's why it's like they picked the Weaver. So I am a bit confused.
So they'll ban out the Sniper. And what do they want here? So, I mean, obviously they did run Ywar with the Gyro in the mid lane last time, but that was sort of an adaptation to the pressure that was being put on elsewhere.
I still like DK, but what's the other heroes? Because I feel like they could just use the DK stun versus Weaver is super good.
Yep, having that instant lockdown. What else? Anything else that makes it hard?
They have no stuns.
They'll go for the SF themselves.
Okay. We said that one from the start with the Omni, but...
Sure, it's one of the SF Omni pairings, and... good burst as well, but...
So there's only Rubik lift for Weaver now.
Homing missile slightly, but...
Sure, yeah, homing missile is actually pretty good versus Weaver.
So Iceberg, what do they want to finish with here? They need that mid...
They wanted so Storm they wanted a ranged DPS versus Underlord too, and just mixed damage. So they've got the 2 physical/mixed... Physical/magical, core heroes.
Iceberg here as well, talking about lack of disable. Could they not just close up with the Storm Spirit mid?
Yeah. I was thinking it for Storm for a second this time, but there was versus Doom, Disruptor, Underlord, which makes it scarier. For Iceberg, yeah, I think they could Storm.
The Storm Spirit or maybe even the TA. And TA is one of Bra's great. And
and versus Shadow Fiend too.
Yeah.
TA versus SF.
TA SF matchup, it's good. So, we've got our drafts. Overall, what do we reckon? As I said I was committed to VGJ from that Omni opening, and I'm still committing to it. They've got Omni Gyro, they've got the Bounty. I think the Bounty's going to be very good. Again, Bounty against TA. The Meld is going to get tracked up. I yeah, VGJ Storm for me on this one.
I'm going Storm as well. I don't like TA as a hero, even if it's got a great matchup for the versus the SF in lane. But I've seen this hero go like the first 15-20 minutes have like the best time possible, and then just hit a wall and unable to kind of take advantage of it. But we'll see what Bryle can do, because there are some neat things that you can do. You know, you can stack with your traps, you can stack your ancients with traps, you can clear the lanes with traps as well.
Well,
and it's not a lot of catch for Ritsu.
No. I think this could be one of those. It could be a game where once that level 6 comes online for the bounty, things start to veer sharply out of control for Iceberg. But as I said, they're trying something a little bit different. They've got the sort of Doom Underlord Weaver. I want to see what Iceberg can do with this one. So, yeah, game 3 between these two sides. Winner will go forward to play against Immortals in the upper bracket. Loser gets knocked down to play against the IX Mike boys and girls in ISGG in the lower bracket. But let's see. Game 3, we've had sort of beatdowns going both ways so far. We'll see if this is going to be a close one or if it's going to end very hard in one of the team's favours. Let's head into the action. Game 3, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Corsair DreamLeague Season 9.
Can they deal with Omni Knight is going to be my question. Omni just seems to be owning so many games. So I'm curious to see if they actually can deal with him.
Oh, Ritsu with the BM there.
Well, he just said good luck snaking, didn't he?
Yeah, that's not the whole team. Oh. He's only wished good luck to one player.
Well, because he knows that snaking needs it.
Damn.
Love you, Snake.
This targeted good luck. So, as you said, lane-wise, are we going to see some sort of aggressive, and are we going to try and see that Underlord versus Omni being the matchup that Iceberg want, you reckon?
Yep.
Seems to be the case.
That's why they're sending him bottom.
Yeah. But at the same time, look at where Storm are. I think they had a read in this, and they do have the Gyro and Rubik down there at the moment, and they're sending their Omni top, so they don't want that 1v1 matchup, as you say, that Iceberg are trying to force. They're dodging it.
Yeah, they don't want that. I think that's why they picked the Underlord entirely, was just versus that Omni.
So, I mean, do you think Iceberg will change when they realise that and try and force the Omni OD lane? Or will they just accept it?
I think they can just accept it. I don't know if you really want to swap so much.
Yeah.
Omni should be able to get a good...
Oh, SVG!
Can he get it?
Oh, no, he can't.
Doesn't get it. 2 for 2. I'm looking forward to MSS Rubik. He doesn't have great spells to steal. He's got like Shikuchi. I guess the Underlord spells are pretty damn nice. Pit and Firestorm, kind of overlooked.
He's got the good cosmetic set though, so that's a good start for MSS.
I really like that one. He doesn't have any golden pieces though.
He doesn't have the gold one.
Still looks pretty dope. Mid, this is going to be tough for SF. Especially with the Disruptor starting there. You can do okay as SF once you start getting some levels, but if you get bullied early on, once TA gets level 5, you actually just really can't do a whole lot.
But it is the Yuar SF, and that's his hero, right, isn't it?
Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage here already though.
It's calculated. Yep. SVG comes in with a few hits onto Kit Rack. Trying to disrupt a little bit of this middle lane. And of course up top the pull was made from Ritsu, so he did drag the creep wave over to his half to farm safely and get a bit of pressure on this tower early. As you know, it is just snaking.
Yeah, just a double drag.
Yeah. So Aoi as well, coming in to take a wave. Spawn lane moon. We'll see how he does against this. He's pretty beefy, pretty tanky. Once there's a few levels on Tomato, there might be kill potential for VGJ.
Yeah, he's going for the flak, so they're just pushing the wave in because they know they can't.
Oh, SVG! That's a courier.
Was that right on top of him? He killed it right in the middle of them. I mean, that's the way you do it, right? You think that he's going to snipe the courier behind the tower, but if he just stands right in front of the tower.
Yeah.
Haha.
Got it right past Brown. Top lane, Aoi. Trying to hold off Ritsu. Sorry, hold off Snaking to get the space here for Ritsu. But Snaking's playing aggressive. Mid lane again, bit of a lead in onto Bryle. They will be able to take those refraction charges off him straight away there with the right clicks.
SVG's being so clutch here. This is exactly what he needs to do, is pressure the TA so that the SF can actually have a good start. And he's already 5 and 4, so he's doing great on Yuar already. I
mean, and as you said, this bounty was something that Iceberg were evidently aware of, because we saw it banned out in the first game.
Yeah, they banned it. Was it not in both games?
I think it might have been first phase ban game 1 and then maybe later on in the bans game 2, yeah.
No, it was
Or was it not banned at all?
It was not banned in game 2
Okay.
because they opened with their 2 supports. That's right.
Ah, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the Sand King. So, Ritsu's farm. Pretty good on this top lane. 11 for 5. Having a pretty much free farm as Aoi is creating decent space.
They did... Iceberg got the lanes that they wanted, so...
Yeah.
Snaking eating a lot of pressure top. He will be fine, though.
But I thought you said Iceberg wanted the underlord against the Omni.
I mean, they got the... They got the TA versus the SF, though, man.
Sure.
But...
Sure. And this matchup so far...
The thing is that...
It is slightly...
Underlord in the safe lane, too.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to get farm whenever the wave pushes in.
Okay. Yeah,
and they have done a good job on Aoi to, like, meet the matchup behind the tower versus that Omni.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job of controlling the waves up here, Iceberg.
It's weird the way the Dota works is, you know, sometimes it's like direct lane matchups can be exactly what you want, but if it's all about like these pulling lanes too is where it really disrupts the flow of the game, and what normally would be the case that happens just gets changed up. Mid lane, they are trying to put pressure here. MSS is in the area. Will they be able to find anything though? They do have level 3 on SF, so he's got those level 2 raises. They could look for Bryle if he goes up too far, and he stepped up pretty far right now. MSS is coming closer.
And they get a couple of raises on Bryle. Did get quite far up though, and far enough up to keep himself safe. We'll be fine.
Didn't have mana for the 3rd raise on Yawar either.
Just what I need.
Arcane Rune taken here by Kitrak. But mid lane, I mean, off the back of that play though, the help of SVG is doing wonders for Yawar. Yawar does have the lead against the TA in CS, 18 for 13 against the 12 for 5.
Underlord does fine in this matchup versus Gyrocopter 2 if they don't bring 3 heroes, because he just can stack up the Atrophy Aura from the creeps, and Gyro, he is kind of like a melee hero, so he does get actually affected by it.
Top lane, Aoi gets in there with Ritsu, and they slam it down on Snaking. The Infernal Blade harassment adding up.
Ensnare creep.
Bottom lane at the same time. Go will be made onto Moon. They've got the combo. The rotation from SVG allowing them to set up. Kiprak will come forward. He's looking for MSS in return, but he won't quite... Or will he be able to get it? No, MSS will survive. I mean, this SVG bounty hunter who is doing work mid comes down to bottom, sets up the double kill for himself.
They need the 3 heroes to kill the Underlord, like I was saying. Like, if he's not getting pressured by 3, he's actually going to farm fine versus Gyro. It is 5 minutes now, though, so this is efficiency right here, man. 3-man Shrine.
Off they go in MSS. Off the back of that, he's got his arcane boots. A shrine up indeed, and they'll be good to go.
AUI is looking to make a rotation mid. He's under ward vision though.
He has the net from the Troll Summoner.
Yeah.
So Yawar has to be very careful. Does have backup though. MSS and SVG are there if he gets gone on. And SVG will head forward. They look straight towards Aoi. Aoi just gets cut down underneath the tower. And now VGJ Storm, they're going to see if they can get more out of this. They try and chase down Bryle. Bryle will be able to get out. But again, SVG and MSS in the right place at the right time.
They set the trap. They had the ward vision on the side there, so they see the Doom coming in. Yawar just instantly turned and got the double raise. SVG's already planting wards, getting ready for going for the next courier snipe.
A golden thread.
SVG with all 3 kills so far for VGJ Storm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we talked about
Radiant's bottom tower
how
is
much
under
the
attack.
track is going to do this game, and at this rate, he's going to get that 6 in pretty good time.
And he's putting in so much work in the mid lane. Just have that 1 courier kill, and just him poking Bryle constantly to remove that refraction. You now see the SF pulling far ahead of TA, and that is, like we said, a TA favored matchup until the level 5s come out. When both of them get level 5, it is a bit more TA one-sided, unless he gets help.
Top lane, the go being made onto Snake King. Aoi heads back up here. Knows that it's the easier lane to get the kill. The repel will save him a little bit of time, but they're diving with the Scorched Earth. MSS, he's TP'd up here, but Aoi diving with the Scorch. Snake King has 1 more purification. Iceberg, they'll get 1 of the kills. Now they look towards MSS. There is a TP across from the Gyro, and of course Tomato does have cooldown available. MSS still alive for now, as he will survive. Aoi stays hidden in the trees. A homing missile will force Ritsu back. SVG's there with the wraparound. But Ritsu, he wants to go back in. He knows that MSS is likely to still be hanging around very, very low. They'll send the bugs out, but MSS is hidden on the right side of the tree line, down underneath the tower, and he should be safe. do have the missile out. MSS, he does want to try and help out, play around with this. If they go in onto Ritsu and they get him. He tried for the Mango time-lapse play, but couldn't quite do it in time. Aoi will be there and will clean up the Rubik kill with the Infernal Blade. TP's out and makes it away. But of course, the bigger kill still for VGJ Storm, getting Ritsu. And yeah, Ritsu, unfortunately as well, wasting the Mango.
Those two plays were so so funny to me. Just hiding in the trees the whole time. Both of them. Ritsu had to go for the dive, but like you said, yeah, time-lapse Mango a bit too slow.
Ritsu, he's back in, does get the bugs onto Tomato.
They get the glimpse from the vision.
Yeah, Tomato in a lot of trouble here. He's out of mana, will be chased down, and just hung around a little too long after Ritsu TP back in.
Weaver Disruptor. So he will be going for the Dragon Lance on the Weaver, so he wants to have stats, because he wants to tank up versus SF and Gyro. Too much burst damage.
That's a full hood on Moon, so a lot harder for VGJ Storm to make the plays on his life down bottom now. Mid lane still, the edge continues for a while. About a 500 gold advantage on Browse TA. Overall, 4 for 4, 9 minutes in.
The courier again.
Very close. Oh, that was his hood. Oh, he didn't quite get it out to him yet.
Oh, they're going to gank him right now, too, and they can do a tower push.
Yeah, losing the hood at this stage, that's pretty major. Moon needed it to sort of survive in this lane, and as a result of not having it, he is absolutely dead here. Surrounded by the 4 of them. That courier snipe from SVG, honestly, it's SVG Bounty Hunter. There's a reason why they were scared of it earlier in the series. He is doing a lot.
I mean, he's making all the moves for the team pretty much at this point. MSS and him, the support play, on fire. Like we said, being aggressive right now, especially in these NA teams, just seems to be the best way to play. Anytime you sit back passively, it just seems like you just get further and further behind. So, next plays is they have to keep tabs on those Ancients still for the side of VGJ, because this TA can still catch up very quickly, and right away SVG is making his move there. While on the same side, on the other side at least on Iceberg, they want to put wards in the enemy jungle because they've already claimed a tier 1 top.
Phase boost now for the Omni Knight. Reboot grabbing those toes, trying to get himself up to 6 bottom lane again. Abusing the fact that Moon did not get that hood. They take him down again. Heavily punished there for the fact that his courier got sniped.
Yeah, these deep wards by SVG, just seeing all the moves.
DD Rune here will be played by Aoi. It's gone quite far out. Here. They are going to look to try and chase. He gets the Scorched Earth out. That movement speed, is it going to be enough to save him? Looks like it will.
It will be, yeah.
MSS not quite able to close the gap with the telekinesis. Aoi's thinking about coming back in. They do bring Ritsu over. Does actually get hit by that first purification, but Iceberg fully in on this one. GA comes out. Ritsu has to time-lapse. MSS the one being focused down now as he does get glimpsed back. They claim MSS's life. Iceberg do get the kill, but the rest of VGJ Storm do manage to escape. Bottom lane. Moon in trouble again, potentially. As they will move in. Tomato takes the tower. Homing missile upon Moon. He's trying to hide, but this is what the 3rd time in a couple of minutes that Moon's been taken down on this bottom lane.
He's upset. I mean, losing that hood was everything.
Losing the hood, it's broken him. It really has.
I mean, he was top 3 net worth for quite a while. He's still top 4, but dying like that, he gives up a lot to the SVG. You see him now almost level 6 already on the Bounty Hunter, and Tomato all the way catapulted to level 10 now.
And MSS at that happy point now. He's got the 6, he's got the spell steal, he'll grab Sakuchi, he's got Shikuchi. And it really does feel like it's not a lot of times we see a Weaver picked into a Rubik because of this reason.
Into Rubik and Bounty Hunter, right?
That was the problem I had with the draft, yeah. We'll see.
So
see what Iceberg can do.
Courier does respawn. They don't even want to leave the base with it now at this point. They're just bringing it outside, but look at Moon. He's walking closer and closer to the base to make sure he gets his hood.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, all is... Oh no, SVG!
Can you imagine if he killed it on top? If he killed it on
top. If he got the hood there.
I think Moon might leave. I think Moon just might leave the game if that happened.
Oh, SVG. He's hanging around. It is coming back out, but
Again,
it won't quite be where SVG
he puts
is.
that deep ward again to watch the movements. So he keeps he's keeping eyes on this courier. Bottom. They do see Moon pushing forward here. He's got backup and he's got a hood this time, so he's a lot harder to bring down. Tomato, not too healthy.
So they can find him. SVG. He's got the 6. He's got the tracks. Out they go.
They just want to protect the Ancients. Bryle is pretty much everything for them at this point.
They have to get this TA in the game. Yeah.
Yeah. As a TA, you want to be ahead, because if you start falling behind on this hero, like we said, you need your BKB, you need your blink, and you need your Deso. Otherwise, you're just so weak. Your like attack range is just so small. You're in the midst of everything, in every single engagement.
I mean, Richie looking towards snaking, but obviously on his own. Cannot kill the Somni. More sentries out for Iceberg as they want to try and keep eyes on SVG, but SVG will be dusted. Gets the track out, and with that movement speed, does head out of there. They have got a trap slow. SVG contemplating whether he should try for the suicidal play to the Ancients. He'll attempt it. Won't be successful, so Bryle.
He's wasting a lot of their time, though. He's forcing so many reactions as this bounty hunter after this impact that he already had early on.
They want to try and make a play onto Ritsu top. They have the Shikuchi into the telekinesis.
They could get a burst down. They're even going to put down a sentry, too.
It is hard, though. There's the first raise. Okay, not too hard for them. They make it look easy, VGJ. Couple of raises and the burst from the purification is more than enough.
And they're looking to defend mid. Is Tomato rotating over? He should be on the gyro. If Tomato gets a good wrap around here, this could be really good here for Storm.
They do have Yuar Glimpse back up to top, though, so they are without the SF.
If they can buy time, they have the Firestorm on MSS, so that should dissuade Iceberg from going for the push, and it does. As soon as the gyro shows up, too, he is very strong right now on Tomato. So Blink is finished on TA. Next is the Deso, and I think it has to be the BKB third item this game.
Absolutely.
There's just gyro plus SF is way too much magic damage.
Scan hits up top. Now he knows that SVG was in the neighborhood, but SVG is out of there in time.
They might be able to get this D ward now, though.
Yeah, they know that he's been up here, and they will indeed take that ward off the map.
So it is the Yule's build this time up on Yuar. Yule's versus TA is quite nice, especially, and as well versus the Weaver.
Bryle, he's going for that sneaky play. Tomato has moved in.
Uh-oh. Bryle.
Bryle does not do the damage to do this on his own.
It is a trap.
He is absolutely in trouble. Sent back, grabbed back with the telekinesis. They're going to look to surround Owie as well. That's one track kill. I didn't think they got time to get the track out. He died so quickly there. Double kill for Tomato. It's fallen apart for Iceberg a bit now. 4K lead coming up, and this gyro absolutely massive. You saw Bryle's attempt there, but I don't know if he did the maths or not. I don't think even if there wasn't backup for the gyro, I don't know if he gets that kill.
I think they needed to have like the disruptor there if they're going to try for something like that. Yeah. It's way too risky. Ritsu does get tracked up here. Time lapse is done. They're going to chase him down here. Glimpse comes out. SVG trying to close the gap. Ritsu should be fine now. Mid lane though. Underlord.
There's the wraparound. Tomato goes in with the rocket barrage. Moon has got more track kills for them. Now they've got their eyes on Bryle. Bryle is being run down and surrounded. He is melted up, but they've got a cooldown coming through.
And a dust.
And they have, again, not quite time for the trap, but again, kill after kill.
So,
oh dear.
This is something that, this is a big reason we don't really see the TA, to be honest. It's, you need to get your farm. You need to kind of sit back and you need that blink, you need that deso, and a couple deaths, it's really painful. And you're just susceptible to this anyway. Even once you have blink deso, if they just run at you with these heroes, you're still dead. They've got easy ways to break refraction with the gyro. Iceberg, they need to start making some plays with the Doom Disruptor. That's the big thing for me, is that Storm, the two supports are running around making plays all over the place, while on Iceberg, they can't make the moves because they're getting ran at as with the Disruptor.
As we said, I think they made some questionable decisions in the draft, and where, you know, sometimes that happens, and sure, they've got their own ideas and they show something. I don't... There was a lot of question marks. As I said, they picked the TA and the Weaver into draft where the Bounty Hunter was already there. They let the Rubik go through rather than taking it themselves in the opening 2. And I think these decisions are hurting them.
It's going to be hard for them because they don't have a clear-cut initiator on their side. While on Storm, the initiation for them is that the bounty owner is always giving them vision, so they always know which fights that they can take.
A 7k lead for Storm. These track kills, if they continue to roll in.
Mant on Tomato, and then they're going to go double BKB.
Yeah. And then at that point, what's your best hope for Iceberg? But they do have the defusal. Kirak pops the dust, but
they're already on the retreat.
They're just chasing him. The track's out. He tries to to dodge the glimpse there, but he's not even needed, I don't think, Tomato, for this kill. The homing missile obviously will help out from afar. Another track kill for VGJ Storm. Money in the pockets. As MSS, he's got that Blink Dagger. Can get that one out to him. Blink Dagger.
He might die here, though.
Steals.
Does he steal it?
He's got the Scorched Earth regen, but yeah, the diffusal damage adding up. He's fine. He'll be safe. Purification comes in. They have a homing missile on bound for Ritsu. Track is out as well. He does have the time lapse, but it looks like the distance he'll be able to create will be enough to keep him safe. And still just getting bullied right back out of this lane, and as we saw, they're not quite even able to take down MSS on his own. He's still hanging around, but he is tracked. Gucci will be grabbed. I'll force Ritsu away with the shuriken. And Tomato just continues to get bigger and bigger. This Jara absolutely massive. 19 minutes in.
They've got the top 3 net worths on their cores now. And they're just looking to keep running at Iceberg, and Iceberg, they still can't punch back. I think they need to make smoke movements with Disruptor Doom. They just kind of have to. The thing is that you're playing versus Bounty, so you're like, is he standing on us? You have to be able to, you always have to have dust and sentries. But yeah, they're falling further and further behind and not making any aggressive moves. They're still just getting kind of ran at here.
Tomato should be fine here. Snaking's there with a repel just in time. Woo! Glimpse Static Storm put to a bit of a stop by that repel. Has the Static Storm down. Didn't expect the Omni to be there with the save. So understandable why the play was attempted for by Kitrak, but yeah, Omni was there to put a stop to that.
Full BKB on Courier for SF.
Golden thread.
This SF Jar, I mean, the SF Jar Omni Tricore is just looking devastating at this 20-minute mark. They can just run down any members of Iceberg. Sure, Ritsu's a little harder with the Shikuchi and his evasiveness, just zip-zapping around the map.
It looks like Iceberg wants to just actually go for like super late game because they went for Boots of Travel as well on Moon Meander. So they just want to like split push lanes and avoid team fights. They really just can't take these fights versus Omni Knight.
But what else has Moon got on his arms?
Drum. And then that hood that you saw earlier.
Okay.
He's just looking for split push.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, the boost of travel early is definitely a bit of a strange one.
I think they know they need more time for their TA. He needs that BKB with Desolator in order to be able to actually take fights versus this Storm lineup.
Got the medallion out on SVG in this smoke straight down towards bottom. They're looking for Bryle. They saw him underneath the wall. They know he's around here. Bryle.
He's getting surrounded.
VGJ Storm, they are collapsing in on these 3, and VGJ Storm will happily take a fight on them. They'll look towards Owie first. Missile inbound upon him. They'll set up the raises. That'll be 1 track kill. Can they get anything more out of this? Doesn't look like they can, because the rest of Iceberg, they have TP'd out of there. They will escape. Yeah, the pressure's certainly coming down upon Iceberg from VGJ Storm.
Yeah. When I do look back and I see the 3 cores of Iceberg, I do see like Weaver, Underlord, TA, and it's which one's gonna make the space for each other, right? I think it like kind of has to be the Weaver in this game, and he's trying to be aggressive, but they're not really able to find the moves because of Storm just being a bit faster than them. But one of them, it does have to give up his farm so that they can make space for each other. Because right now it's 3 cores kind of farming, while Storm, they're just non-stop looking for plays.
The mysteries renew.
just back to,
Dire's top tower is under
as you said, Iceberg, just trying to avoid any sort of unnecessary fights.
Radiant's
Yeah, especially
middle
into the
tower
Aegis.
is under attack.
We'll get the tower top at least, and MSS.
Maybe they can get MSS here. He's got a Ghost Scepter though, and they don't want to stick around.
Yeah, that Brawl BKB incredibly important. They have to somehow find it.
Yeah.
Here you are.
Can't get involved in fights without it.
It's got the setup. The tracks out. Have they got the damage? With the Shuriken they have. Kibrak will fall. Ritsu attempting to move it onto SVG. Does at the back of a move, but the GA comes out. SVG still alive for now. Is there any way of getting him out? He does have the backup of Snaking if required. And SVG will be fine. Now looking towards Ritsu. He is underneath the sentry. They do have the Yules. These three heroes don't really have the lockdown. They get the dust out. They'll turn with the grab onto Moon, but Moon forced back to safety. Look for Tomato to move in with the cooldown, gets the slow onto Moon, Moon turns with the root. You got Ritsu as well looking in onto this, and they do drop the Doom down onto Tomato. Tomato in a bit of trouble, jump in, Bryle has the damage. That is going to be a dead Tomato. That's a big amount of money to go over to Iceberg.
They really need these kills, yeah. It does get stolen though, so now MSS, he could look to make a play with that stolen Doom. But that was, I think Tomato pushed the limits a little bit too hard on the gyrocopter there. Does get punished for his mistake. So that was the first Doom of the game, right?
Yes. SVG. Back down and eyeing up Howie. Who's he got in there? It's Snaking, but...
Snaking's got a Lincoln's already to try to protect himself versus that Doom.
MSS.
They've got Doom for Bryle here. MSS is looking for him. He's got it.
Back into that Doom. It will glimpse back at UR, but yeah, UR pots the BKB. He wants to stick around for this, make sure that they do get the kill. The track out in time as well from SVG as they pick that one up. They'll look towards Moon as well. Moon getting tracked. They do have the stolen traps as well. As they slow down Moon a little bit, he'll go straight for the rift out and will be able to escape. Ritsu keeping the pressure up on the side lanes.
Yeah. At least he's keeping them so that they do have to go back. Aegis should be getting... Aegis gets reclaimed in about 30 seconds. So maybe they want to try to get this mid tower here for Vici, but...
Radiant's middle tower.
Heavy amount of outspam on Iceberg still with that Underlord.
Out the tracks go from VGJ Storm.
Man, Iceberg just still in world of trouble here. They just really need this TA BKB, but he just keeps getting prolonged because Storm just staying aggressive, and they're not allowing that TA to get to the Ancients where he really wants to just accelerate his farm. Tomato forcing Ritsu away. Tomato's actually just hunting him.
I've got the full Crimson Guard on Moon, so...
That will help them a little bit, at least in the fight versus, of course, that physical, but he does need a pipe because there is a lot of mixed, and they still... The TA BKB is the biggest thing for me before they can really take anything.
Yeah. SVG, once again, keeping eyes on them here.
He's just been such a nuisance. All of his wards placed down. He's pretty much seeing all of the movement from Iceberg. This base ward, I think he's placed it at 3-4 times maybe? Yep. So he's constantly seeing every time Iceberg actually does push out of the base. And look at them. They're just possessing that jungle, not allowing this TA to farm up.
Mid lane Moon is being chased here. They've got the stolen traps though once again from MSS. Drags him back. They've got the damage though. Doesn't look like they have. On the back lines, jump forward with the BKB Requiem combo. They'll blow up Howie. Moon continuing to be chased here as VGJ Storm man up. Look towards that Underlord. He's up on the high ground, but the physical's too much from VGJ. As they take down another Snaking, pops the one-man GA to go for the safe walkout. As they've found two, once again, VGJ Storm continuing to get these kills at very minimal cost themselves. They'll take the tier 2 tower. The fortification will actually be used for this outer tower, so they may push on for more.
Snaking just runs in. They're just looking for Bryle here. With the track on him, the Solar Crest as well. Has to retreat.
That's how VGJ Storm will opt to play it safe. Backing off.
They're still just kind of keeping themselves in this area though, not letting Not letting up, not letting Iceberg farm. It's only really Ritsu getting any farm on the map for Iceberg, and he could be in some trouble here if he doesn't back up.
They're hunting him. See if SVG gets eyes on him. Ritsu already into the trees and well aware that this sort of movement's coming in, so...
And he is going for the Lincolns, even though he's versus like Bounty and Rubik. Very quick Lincolns breakers.
Dire are scanning.
To be honest, for Iceberg, it really just feels like they just have no way to fight until they even have the BKB. And even then, I think it's still going to be pretty hard for them. They have to get the Doom on the right target. So they pretty much need a vision advantage in all these fights to find that Omni Knight. Does Aoi have... Okay, so he does have at least the Force Staff. So he does have, of course, the way to break that Lincolns before he throws the Doom out. But getting into the backline still is going to be a problem for him. He really wants that Blink Dagger.
Yeah, they need, I mean, at this point, it is very much them relying on VGJ Storm to mess up.
Yeah.
You know, we saw, obviously, before Tomato did dive in a little deep once. Maybe that can happen again, and maybe with some big kills, Iceberg can get themselves back into this one. But as it stands, 29 minutes, 14k gold lead for VGJ Storm, and that's before they've taken any sort of rack. So once that does inevitably come, that gold lead going to be nearing the 20k mark, as their 3 cores absolutely massive.
Yeah.
It's SF and Gyro just on another level this game. Yawar and Tomato.
Both teams just farming it up. VG probably just waiting for the Roche to spawn so they can go for that Aegis cheese and then go for a push, because they are very comfortable. Like we were saying, TA still suffering to catch back up. Almost has the BKB.
Full Lincolns for Yawar. So this SF going to be very solid frontliner.
They're all just buying it so they don't get doomed.
Yeah.
Look at the position that Moon's farming. That kind of shows like they're not having a fun time. They're just trying to find farm anywhere in the map for themselves, because this bounty is just running around constantly keeping tabs on them. They are able to find Moon this time.
Yep, they'll go for the straight bots out, but he's not going to make it. Jump forward with the Yule Scepter. They hold him down in place underneath the cooldown. And Moon's gone. 70 seconds. It will be dead for. As with that, I mean, VGJ Storm, they can certainly look to try and push. They know that it's unlikely that he'll have buyback with the way that he's been playing. And
they got the Roche up now, yeah.
Oh, but just respawned as well.
It did, yeah.
Literally.
Perfect timing for them.
Perfect timing.
Iceberg can't really take fights in there anyway. Their team fight is pretty lackluster versus the 2 BKBs. Disruptor's already pretty much fully countered in this game. They haven't had the chance to really get any good static storms off.
And Tomato as well, he wants to end the game. He's just picking up the Assault Cuirass on the Gyro so they can actually finish off with the sieges.
Really good versus TA and Weaver.
Yeah.
Prevents pretty much all the damage. And we do see they're trying to get the Nullifiers next on the side of Iceberg, because the Guardian Angel kind of counteracts their heroes entirely. Omni Knight, what a hero.
SVG, eyes on to Kitrak. Does have Snaking and MSS sweeping in behind him.
Oh. By Kitrak. SVG.
Another kill for VGJ.
Track money. 18k. 31 minutes.
Yeah. Whew. Been, as I said, we were sort of hoping for maybe a close one. Oh, look at the courier. Look at the courier, but fortunately for Tomato, he did get the AC delivered out in time. But yeah, none of these...
They've got Ritsu wrapped up. He's got time lapse available.
So let's get it off.
They've got a gem on MS.
They do. They still have the vision. And that cooldown and homing missile will connect. And they'll be Ritsu dead for a minute. Yeah, all 3 of these games been pretty one-sided after the laning stages. It feels like they've all been pretty draft defining, really.
I mean, it just seems like it's the team that plays more aggressive, right? This one, again, it felt like Iceberg, they have the more farm-oriented lineup with TA, Weaver, Underlord. They all kind of want to farm. I mean, SVG as well has just been absolutely crushing it on the bounty hunter. What, 3 courier snipes, right? 2 or 3 courier snipes.
Yep.
And he's just been pretty much getting these deep wards constantly to see every time where Iceberg The new Requiem sound.
Kaboom.
Right there for you guys. They just changed it.
Yeah, I was trying to sell that to Valve. They weren't having it though. I can do some great sound effects.
Another Yules.
And another death.
Will he get the TP out?
Oh!
Not enough.
Nope. More track kills. 20k lead for VGJ Storm.
Man, they really just can't do anything versus lineup. They've got the BKB on TA now, but yeah.
Oh, they're pushing into the base. Iceberg. I think they literally can't do anything to stop this.
It doesn't seem like it. Omni Knight just standing the front lines with Tomato.
Oh, we have tier 3. Fortification will come out, but no expectation that VGJ will retreat. They know that they've got a massive lead. And I see Richard there's trying for the deny on the racks, because why not?
Bottom lane. Pushed in as well.
Another set of racks for VGJ Storm, for sure. If they want to send heroes here, Iceberg, I'm sure VGJ Storm will be more than happy to kill them.
Iceberg has to commit when the Underlord's up. They have to just make a play and just run in.
Oh, that flat cannon as well, starting to tickle them down. Send out the bugs, but VGJ Storm will take that tier 3 tower. They'll move on to the racks. What are Iceberg going to do? Jump forward, they're making an attempt onto Tomato, but he's got the BKB straight away with the cooldown. They bring down Aoi. Bryle is being surrounded. The BKB is out, but he has to BKB and retreat. VGJ Storm look towards that melee racks. Make sure that they do finish it off at least before this fight does come to an end. Jawar, BKB, Yules, Requiem combo on top of Moon. Moon will fall. Ritsu, Kitrak, and Bryle being forced back. It's going to be GG, ladies and gentlemen, as VGJ Storm take the series 2-1.
Even at the end there, the double Lincolns comes out and blocks the Doom. So the first Doom was stolen, the second Doom was blocked by Lincolns, and yeah, it did really seem like the team that actually just played much more aggressive.